YouTubers, to another Christmas-themed Q&A, and that which I mean where we dress up like we are at Christmas. I'm wearing a Christmas hat, and MJ here, I don't know what the hell that is. It looks like he's wearing a squirrel tail or something, like with his tinsel.
I'm all about tinsel.
We still got tinselitis.
Oh, yes.
British Fist.
Gotcha!
I'm Mr. Parkin. This guy sitting next to me is the ravishing NJ. The tinsel
I'm standing.
NJ. Oh yes, you are standing indeed.
What's up?
Thank you for correcting me on that one, MJ. First botch is over and out the way, but hopefully I'll be like Kofi Kingston and no more botches in this Q&A. Subscribe down below, like this video, and comment any thoughts you have on the questions you've answered down in the comment section below.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, and if you want to send us in any more questions, all the links down there, like as MJ said, will be in the description box below. You can inbox us, comment us, or you can contact us on Facebook or Twitter in the description box below. We have a lot of questions to get through today, so Merry Christmas to you all, and we hope your Christmas present was given to you today in the sense that we're going to be giving you some Q&A questions.
And hopefully the Grinch has not come to visit you and you've had Santa, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed. Charlie Wolfkale, the first question on our Christmas, I guess you say Christmas Q&A kind of thing. I got a question. It was announced that there was going to be a 5-on-5 elimination style tag team unit match. Should the winning team, which I believe the Miz's team will win since he's on Survivor Series poster, will get their each individual WWE Championship shot on Raw after the Survivor Series, much like Orton's winning team in 2004. Well, Survivor Series happened. That didn't happen, but I don't really understand the concept. Or each of the team members get a win, or the team captain gets a win, or something like that. It's not a bad concept, to be honest.
I think, to be honest, the Survivor Series is just a special match, you know, something that's happened every year. I don't think there should be like, yes, you do see like King of the Ring, they get a special thing, Royal Rumble gets a special thing, but I think Survivor Series should just be a storyline team match. Nothing special from it.
Yeah. Paul Haney, during the Michaels versus Hogan at SummerSlam 2005, Michaels was clearly overselling everything. He definitely was during that match. What did you think? Why did you think he did that? Because he didn't want to look bad against Hogan, or he was trying to emphasize the selling because he wanted to make Hogan look like a dickhead for his soft punches and stuff?
Well, the fact that Shawn Michaels was going up against someone else that's got a big name and it was like a competition match, but ratings and a big match for the WWE, I think Shawn Michaels wanted to out-battle Hogan in some way. He
was just trying to make a mockery of the match. He hated the fact that Hogan was booked to win. I don't really think Michaels ever really liked Hogan. He basically went back to his mid-90s crying style, which is unfortunate because it was a big match and you really wish that Shawn Michaels would have been a lot better behaved that day, even though it was still a good match. Noah James, if you have a gaming console, what games do you have for it and do you play it often? Shoot.
PS3, and I don't play as much as I used to, but I have the SmackDown games, the Call of Duty games.
I've got my games right here, actually. We're using it now to prop the mouse. Basically, I have loads of Guitar Hero games. I have FIFA 13. I have Skate 2. And more Guitar Hero games. So I love playing Guitar Hero, FIFA, and Skate. So yes, those are my games. And I have an Xbox 360. So there you go. If John Cena never made it to the main event scene, who do you think would have replaced him? Batista, probably? Oh,
I think currently Punk, in the now time, it would have been Punk, before then Lesnar or Batista.
This should be interesting. Do you know what a Twitter handle is? Okay, I'll give you an example. PG era equals hashtag bad ratings. Anything goes to WWE. What Twitter handles would you use to describe the PG era?
Hashtag PG era sucks.
The Attitude era.
Awesome.
John Cena.
Fuck off.
Hashtag fuck off, okay. You suck, probably. British Fist, Ka-ching.
Oh, yes.
CM Punk, best in the world. And 3MB, worst faction ever.
Or...
I think we've, yeah, exactly. I think we've pretty much covered the basics there. Nick Glenn, if Cody Rhodes ever wins the world title, will he win it in a straight-up match, or do you see him winning Money in the Bank and winning the title in a cash-in?
Yes.
I'm not sure whether WWE will actually build up Cody Rhodes enough to actually have it. I think WWE will take the lazy way out with Cody Rhodes and have him cash in or something.
I think Cody Rhodes will be a Money in the Bank winner, and also I don't see him being anything different than a cowardly heel.
Indeed. What are your guys' favourite matches at King of the Ring pay-per-views? Me personally, I love the Kurt Angle Shane McMahon street fight. And what a brutal match was. Yeah, that's one of my favourites. I think Bret Hart was in a lot of good matches. Mr. Perfect being one of them.
Triple H Mankind.
Can't really think of any more. King of the Ring
That
matches.
one when you've got the.
Mankind versus Taker at 98 Hell in a Cell at King of the Ring. That was a great
Another
game.
awesome one, yes.
What are your guys' top 5 favourite masked wrestlers of all time?
Kane,
Mankind, Rey Mysterio, Vader, and any more masked wrestlers?
Masked. Well, they're the main.
They're the main 4.
The Long Conquistadors.
The Los Conquistadores. Yeah, they were pretty cool. Jason and UFC, WWE. If you was to release 5 WWE wrestlers, which ones would they be? Khali.
Oh, that's going to be Khali.
Hornswoggle.
Otunga.
David Otunga. Heath Slater.
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox. I think we pretty much covered the basics there. It's a shame you didn't ask us which TNA ones we were, because we'd have plenty for that list. The Random Girl 95.
Random Girl.
Who is your favourite women's wrestler? Yours is Lita. Mine.
Or Beth Phoenix.
Or Beth Phoenix. Mine would be Trish Stratus. I always like Trish Stratus. And AJ Lee as well. I love AJ Lee. Modern day Trish Stratus. Who do you think will win the 2013 Royal Rumble? Interesting, because I don't really have a fucking clue right now.
By the Rumble, Barrett will hopefully be in a better place for Barrett.
I would hope Barrett, but I really don't think he will be. I think Ryback's going to win.
Support the British.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic here, NJ. Oh, well, don't get moody with me now. Come on. Ryback for the Royal Rumble.
No,
CM Punk 9876. 9876. Do you think WWE is racist and why? Well,
Vince McMahon maybe, not WWE.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much the question here. You know, I don't really. I mean, obviously, we don't know the ins and outs of the business. We don't know whether Vince McMahon is a racist or not. But judging by some of the lack of pushes Vince has given black people, you would think he would be, or just the fact that there isn't many big black stars in the WWE. But we don't really know that.
I don't like to call people racist, especially if you don't know the truth behind it. But they gave Mark Henry the title. Thank God for that. They didn't do the full thing with Lashley, so I don't believe that he's being fair to that. But I want to try and avoid calling him that.
Jason, NUFC, WWE. If you were both WWE wrestlers, what would your gimmick and theme music be? Well, I'd just say, let's be a tag team, British Fist, and go with Evolution.
Sorted. I mean, again, we'll probably go in as the face, like you all love us for our stuff. But by the end, we could turn heel.
And we'd have an accomplish. We'd have a manager. Don't know who it would be, but I'll give you a clue. His name is very reminiscent of a very famous movie involving Arnold Schwarzenegger. There we go. Theme music evolution, gimmick would be the British. We'd be like YouTubers. We're YouTubers. We'd record like everything we would do like, in the ring. That'd be like Zack Ryder.
Not bad as that.
Latte Carter, not as bad as that. Yeah. Latte Carter. Rank these from best to worst. We've got 5 matches. I believe there's 5 matches here. Yes, there is. We've got Rock vs Hogan at WrestleMania 18, Rock Austin at Backlash 99, Rock vs Jericho at No Mercy, Rock vs Shamrock at Royal Rumble 98, and Rock vs Triple H at SummerSlam 98.
Rock fan?
I think, yeah, probably a Rock fan here. I think that Rock vs Shamrock will go at the bottom. And Rock vs Jericho, I think, will be next. Rock vs Austin, simply because the ones they had at WrestleMania were much better, in my opinion. Rock Triple H at SummerSlam was really good. Rock Hogan was immense at WrestleMania 18. That's my order.
I'm pretty much going to agree with that. Even though Triple H is my favourite wrestler, the Rock and Hogan one, it just outshines that feud and that match.
Indeed. Mania 17 Austin. Someone loves Steve Austin's heel turn at WrestleMania. Which match do you feel had the biggest impact and what was the biggest draw? Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3, or Rock versus Austin, WrestleMania X7? A very interesting question. The biggest impact, I'd have to say, Hogan versus Andre, because it really did set the sight for WWE in terms of becoming more of a mainstream business rather than a territory business. Rock and Austin, you could say, had a negative impact on the business because Austin turned heel and that was the end of the Attitude Era. Really depends how you look at it.
I was quite a fan of Rock and Austin, 2 big names going against each other, putting on great matches. Matches you're either a Rock fan or Austin fan, so I'm going to stick with that one just because, yes, not everyone was watching it when Hogan was around, so more people be aware of how great Rock and Austin was.
It's like comparing Attitude Era and Golden Era. It's very hard to compare unless you actually lived through it. We lived the late part of the Attitude Era, so there you go. Do you feel Paul Heyman is overrated by this community? You know, I think people feel that Paul Heyman is like the answer to WWE's questions, and I'm not quite sure that is the case. I think he's slightly overrated, but there's no doubt in my mind that he's a very good thinker of the business. Just don't ever give him a checkbook.
I think one reason he may be overrated is because not everyone, especially in this era, was watching wrestling in the past when he was bigger than what he is now. And now they've brought him back. Not everyone knows who he is, so maybe not as rated as he is now. But I'd say he's not overrated, but in this era, yes.
I'll just give you 3 letters. ECW. ECW. And where is that company? But the thing is, the company's name is still said to this day whenever they see Rhino or wherever Manhattan Ball, the Manhattan Arena. So, you know, I can see why people may see him as overrated, but I'm on the fence with that one personally. What are your opinions with regards to Kevin Nash? He's a little bit... I personally think Kevin Nash is a bit overrated as a wrestler. There's no doubt he can talk his way into people's like YouTube videos, like when he said that stuff about Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. It was purely because he wanted to keep himself relevant, even though he clearly isn't right now.
Kevin Nash, you're fired.
Well, you're the one walking out.
Yeah,
what do you think makes a main event wrestler, and who in today's current roster fits that criteria? So what do you think makes a main event wrestler? What do you think makes you larger than life?
When it comes to that, I think one of the best things the WWE need to work on are the promos build up. So if you're great talk on the mic and get good reaction or bad reaction, either if you're face or a heel, that'll be the first thing. Because if you're a heel like Triple H was, you saw how much of a main eventer he became because of his mic work and then taken over. So I'd say that'd be a start. And also the way you perform in feuds, like when you go up against people, if you're a good performer.
The main thing for a main eventer is you need to be able to A, tell a good story in the ring, B, be able to connect with fans, whether that be trying to get the fans on your side or getting the fans to hate you. C, I think you need to have a good look. You can't really, to be a main eventer, you need to have a decent look. You can't just be a scrawny guy in the main event, or people may not believe, like for example Rey Mysterio, that you can beat guys like Kane, etc. I think there are many qualities into main event wrestlers. The promo skills, trying to talk people into the seats. That's something that The Rock and Austin had in vast abundances. Who in today's roster fits that criteria? CM Punk.
Yes, by far.
I think he's probably the best one. I don't think Sheamus or Ryback are up to that level yet in terms of being able to talk brilliantly.
Randy Orton.
And Randy Orton. So I think CM Punk personally, even though I don't really feel he has the main event look, but there you go. People will have different opinions on that one.
And the thing about the look, it's Vince McMahon's look more than the fans' look, because the fans would pick Punk over who Vince would pick.
So, for example, Ryback. There's probably a reason why people hate Ryback, and I don't understand it personally. But Crew 5150 Timar. Say Cena beats Punk at TLC, then Cena loses to The Rock at the Royal Rumble, while Punk beats Foley at the same pay-per-view to end the feud. Perhaps then at WrestleMania, these matches could happen. Cena versus Undertaker, Rock versus Punk, or Cena versus Rock versus Punk. Could this scenario happen? That's interesting.
Can't happen because the TLC's been altered, thanks to WWE.
TLC has been altered, but there is a possibility that they could. I mean, they're not going to have Punk beat Foley anymore by the looks of it. There is a possibility that it could be Cena versus Taker. You just never know what WWE's plans are.
I prefer Punk and Taker more than Cena and Taker, but I think, especially if they're going to have Rock and Cena too, Punk would be free to probably face Taker. And
I think Undertaker would be probably the best person CM Punk could face apart from The Rock, so I'd say give him Undertaker. Magman Gaming. Who was your favourite face of Foley? Was it Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love?
It's hard to say because there's two that are up there. Mankind because of the stuff that he did with The Rock, but Cactus Jack because of what he did with Triple H. Yeah. But overall, it would definitely be Bang Bang! Bang Bang!
I must admit, I really love Cactus Jack. I really enjoy Cactus Jack, especially in his feud with Triple H. Who do you prefer, Rock or Stone Cold? I always preferred Rock a lot more. Just a lot more entertaining. Stone Cold was the face of the era, but for me, Rock was always the biggest star.
And when it comes to Stone Cold, yes, he's the one who's not stood out over The Rock, but he had the more people were looking up at, especially Vince McMahon. But I say The Rock was my favourite too.
And if you look at now, Rock is now main eventing WrestleMania. What is Austin doing?
Next year's.
Probably main event next year's. Good point. Gaming Unified. Do you guys like to play video games like Assassin's Creed 3? Personally, I'm not really into those games. I usually play FIFA. I sometimes play GTA, which is kind of similar, Guitar Hero and Skate. So personally for me, they're not my kind of games. I'm not really a massive fan of these kind of games or shoot-em-ups.
I played Assassin's Creed. I don't own it yet, but I do like those kind of games.
If you went to a WWE live event, would you cheer the faces and boo the heels like you're supposed to, or would you cheer and boo whoever you want? We'd do what the fuck we wanted. That's why we paid the tickets.
Heels all the way.
Oh, we'd definitely cheer the heels. I don't care if we're the only people that cheer the heels. I'll still do it. Mighty Mitch 93. If you guys were to fight against each other in a traditional Survivor Series tag match, Team NJ versus Team Mr. Parkin, which superstars would you have on your team? They can be past or present wrestlers.
Okay, I'll go with past or present, so I'm guessing I can go with anyone. For my first one, I'm going to go with someone that is not or was quite high up, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero?
I want him, yes. I want him in my team. I know it's past or present, that's why I'm going with the past. I want Eddie in my team.
You go with the past?
Yes.
The first pick of my team, Hulk Hogan.
Triple H.
Ultimate Warrior.
The Rock.
Stone Cold.
Brock Lesnar.
Undertaker.
Kane.
Shawn Michaels.
How much are we having?
5 each. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. That's our teams. Like, we picked some good teams there. I think I'd win, but there we go. And I think would you be in it or would you be the manager? I'd probably be the manager. I'd just let them do all the fighting. I'd be like,
again,
yeah.
I'm not sure I counted 4, 5. If I counted 4, then obviously, then I'll be the manager, yes.
Yeah. I think we did 5 there. Sam Beach, if you had to take one wrestler from WWE and TNA each and directly trade them, who would it be?
So one from TNA and
yes.
one from WWE. W to TNA, I'd probably send, even though I think a good person would be to RH.
No, WWE and TNA.
Good, I don't know, I had that on my mind. Shoot show.
Like, who would you trade? Like, what do you think would be a good fit from WWE to go to TNA? A good fit to TNA that could go to WWE? I think Bobby Roode.
Ziggler.
Ziggler to TNA and Bobby Roode to WWE.
Bobby Roode, even though he's really good at TNA at the minute, I think Roode could have a good place in WWE.
I think he looks a lot like Triple H. That's why I say maybe he goes to WWE. Blazer McTurbo. Why did the Aces and Eights no DQ tag match at Bound for Glory turn into a regular tag match halfway through? Well, it was a normal tag match until they brought that table in. When it was a brawl, I was into it, but when they started tagging in and out of the ring, it killed the match for me. Probably should have been a tornado tag match with no DQ. Really.
I think the way it went down, plus with the Ace and Eights kind of style, a big rumble in the ring or a big tornado match would have been better.
I see what you mean in the sense that it was a no DQ tag match, so why have tags? Why not just have everyone in the ring at once? I do see like a big brawl. I do see exactly what you mean. Laryl Lewis, question, he said. Do certain wrestlers do better as heels than babyfaces or vice versa? The Rock, he gives a couple of examples here. Like The Rock, I think certain wrestlers are just better at being a babyface or better at being a heel. Like Triple H was always better as a heel. Rey Mysterio was always better as a babyface because it's just who they pander to. Rey panders to the kids. You can't really boo Rey Mysterio, whereas Triple H is always more of a guy that could get heat and beat you cleanly as a heel. So there are certain wrestlers out there, but some of the best wrestlers can be good heels and babyfaces, like The Rock.
Well, if we go with recently, Orton's now a face, but he's better as a heel, and Punk was a face, but he's a heel. But again, it just depends on what they are, but I think they're best as heels.
Rock Solid EJV420. If Steve Austin wouldn't have got fired in WCW, would WWE be as big as it is today or even alive? Back in the Monday Night Wars, Austin was part of WCW, but unfortunately they didn't see the fact that he could be a main event star, even though he's cutting some great promos. I think if it wasn't for Austin, WWE would never have overtaken Nitro in the ratings.
I think eventually the WWE or WWF would have purchased or wanted to put money in for Austin anyway. So I think in the end, Austin would have gone to WWF anyway.
Probably. Space 13 Bound. One of my favourite parts of the British Fist video is listening to the Evolution theme song at the start. A couple of questions. Why did you guys choose the Evolution theme to introduce your videos?
We're Evolution to the top.
Yeah, we're the Evolution. You know, I'm the Randy Orton, he's the Batista. He's clearly going to be the biggest star, but you're going to get me pushed down your throats more and more often because I do so many damn videos on my channel. Second, if you decided to change your intro theme, which song would garner the honour of introducing a British Fist video?
What the hell are you
feeling
thinking?
Sick.
Well, I can't think of one. No, so to be honest, take that question away.
GTHS did a remix. Maybe we could just put that in.
It won't be Evolution.
It's a Evolution remix. Mark Slam S6. Or we could just do on and on and on. That would be brilliant. Mark Slam S621. Favourite Bond movies? I can't remember any of the names, so you're going to have to answer this one.
Live and Let Die. Even though I don't really like the current one, so I say Live and Let Die. Live
and Let Die. The Duel of Fates. What are your least favourite matches of all time? Oh, God. Lesnar versus Goldberg at WrestleMania 20. Vince versus Brett at WrestleMania 26.
Carly Triple H.
Any match involving Great Carly. Carly versus Hornswoggle at the Survivor Series. Oh, need I go on?
Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler.
I don't even want to answer that question. Tom Lee, if you were to book the Ascension's debut, what show would it be on and how would you go about getting them over? The Ascension being a very dark tag team in WWE. Obviously, you'd want to have them focus on, I'd say, focus on a singles guy first. Let them get a win over the singles guy. Maybe it'd be a mid-carder and then maybe go after a tag team.
Sadly, they'd obviously go to Raw because no thing gone to SmackDown. I think big happened on SmackDown, so they'll go to Raw. Even though it would be good to have something big happen debut on SmackDown, I'd have them, start them top mid-carder and make a statement there.
I think I'd definitely put them on SmackDown because at least on SmackDown I'd definitely be able to give them the TV time they deserve, whereas on Raw I don't really think they would get that, even though it's 3 hours. You know how much they rush the segments, etc. And to end this Q&A, Anything Goes show WWE have given us a pretty fun question. Which was the better character, face or heel Hogan?
I think he was better as a face.
There's a reason why you're wearing face Hogan stuff. Luke Gallows or Doc?
Doc.
Yeah, because Luke Gallows wasn't really looked upon very highly by the WWE. 1999 heel Undertaker or American Badass?
Oh, I'm a cowboy! Yeah, I just like, even though that was not a take that I enjoyed, there's just stuff about that I liked, but I am going to go to the old.
I believe Ministry 99 heel Undertaker was better. Masked Kane or Unmasked Kane?
You bugger, you've got Kane, because obviously it's hard for me to say bad things about Kane. I'll say compliment for both. The non-masked Kane, there was, at the beginning when they first unmasked him, he was still a great monster. I did like that. But the masked Kane stood out as Kane himself. Yeah, masked Kane for me, definitely. That was when Kane was at his best, in my opinion. Heel or face Sheamus? Heel.
I'd say he was better suited as a heel, but he's doing pretty well as a babyface. I'm saying it.
WWE stupid booking as a face. They're booking too strong as a face. That's why he's doing so well. WWE love faces.
Face Ric Flair or heel Ric Flair? Definitely heel.
Heel, especially as a manager, as you saw in Evolution.
Yeah, and face Ric Flair was good, but heel Ric Flair, you can never beat heel Ric Flair. Face, as he does the strut very, very badly. Face heel or heel, face Triple H or heel Triple H?
Heel.
Definitely heel. The guy, I never really bought him as a babyface, so for me personally, definitely a heel Triple H was the better character. As
he worked as a face and a heel, they were both in the face and heel as a DX member. When he's on his own, he plays so much better as a heel.
Indeed. Thank you very much for watching this Q&A, guys. That is it for this edition, this sort of Christmassy edition of the Q&A. If you have any more questions, ask us down in the comment section below, or either of the other methods. And then, I had to adjust myself, so unfortunately, you're probably wondering why I've been stepping around in this video. You can outro this.
Until next time, YouTubers, thank you very much for tuning into this video. Please share any more questions you may have in the comment section below. And Mr. Parkin's back, as you can see. But until next time, YouTubers, goodbye.